Warm welcome. This is Markus Termin at the 13th of December 2024. As I'm speaking, the moon is still in the sign of Taurus, the sun is in the sign of Sagittarius. But this evening, Middle European time at around 6 o'clock, the moon will change into its pre-full moon position in the sign of Gemini. And what does that mean? In the sign of Gemini, the moon is going to join Jupiter retrograde, and the moon at the same time is going into an opposition, of course, because it's approaching full moon to the sun in Sagittarius and also to Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. So the moon is harboring in, to put it that way, into the axis of knowledge and wisdom. This is what we are out for. And if you're out there in the information cybernetics and trying to inform yourself, you might get a clue about what kind of information and wisdom is popping out there. Maybe you have recently heard about the 75 Nobel Prize holders against the nomination of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Now this reminds me on the old hoax of 152 Nobel Prize holders and scientists against astrology. Now the state our Nobel Prize holders are in, you're easily recognized by that. They are brainwashed to an extent that it is almost unbelievable. And I personally believe that the only thing we get those folks back on track again is by pulling the carpet off the so-called general relativity. This is the great mega hoax that natural sciences rely on, and it's wrong, and it's the best possibility to get them down on the floor to start it all over again, because this is what they all very, very strongly believe in, and that is what keeps them brainwashed. There is no general relativity, there is no space, room, time, blah blah blah, no fourth dimension, nothing like that. But coming back to astrology, this is the inside chart again. I like to look at that. Is the chart of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And by that you can see in his 7th house, Pluto is just crawling over the axis. That means that Pluto comes from the outside, offending him, and he will have a hard time to get nominated. He will have a very hard time to get his thing pushed through. Now, imagine how many people are working in the States to keep all people sick. You know, this is unbelievable. This is they are brainwashed to an extent you just can't believe it. You know, I know a person who is brainwashed very, very well. He's my own brother. He's a scientist, and boy, I can't be. You know, you just don't reach those brains anymore. This is. The authority said, somebody said, you know, I have to rely on my colleagues, the scientific method and blah, blah, blah. And it's all wrong. It's all lies. It's all hoax. And you can buy those peer-reviewed reviews for around $5,000. They are pretty cheap for a big company. Now, again, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., you see, he survived Pluto crossing his sun. That lifted him up to great power. Also his Mercury, which is important because Mercury is the ruler of Gemini and of course Virgo. But now he's in the situation that he will have to face for many, many years the opposition of Pluto towards his rising sign, towards his ascendant, you know. And you guess it, this is for all those lion rising signs out there. You have Pluto in the opposite to your rising sign. Fasten your seatbelts. This is not going to be an easy ride, and it's better to know where you're on than not to know where you're on. At least you can avoid the biggest mistakes. Thank you very much for listening. Having a last view on the chart of the day, I'm talking about this axis. You know, this is not only the upcoming full moon axis, but it's also the axis of the prediction for the next 3 months up to the next following cardinal sun position after Capricorn. So we are into prediction charts, and that is all about Gemini and Sagittarius. The knowledge and the wisdom wants to get out there. And just as a reminder, we still have the reception in between Venus and Uranus. This is all the UFO sightings, especially in the US. And for those of you who haven't got it yet, yes, they are flying. Yes, they do exist. Yes, the government has bodies. Yes, it's all true. We are not alone. Not even in this universe, but in this cosmos. You know, there is something out there. This is part of the Jupiter-Mercury reception, the knowledge coming out there. And also, of course, the reception in between, as I said, Venus and Uranus, because that's obviously Uranus about modern technique and Venus about freedom, about flying things, Venus connected to Aquarius. I've been talking about that. So fasten your seatbelts, better get on the track of additional knowledge and wisdom yourself. There is so much to know. And how to do that is by starting to questioning what you know in time right now, because people tend to be very sure. General relativity, how is it possible to lose that? Yes, it is possible. It is possible that those things are completely wrong, and a lot of other things too. I like it. Hope you like it too. This is Markus Termin speaking. Pre-full moon situation at the 13th of December 2024. And if you want to get in contact, just this mail address will fit, and down here at my blog site you'll find out how much a consultation will cost. I'm not sure whether I can do a video tomorrow, but see you on Sunday.